What is going on, y'all? Gonzo's Convos, season 3, episode 31. Yeah, we on 31, which is crazy, man. Crazy. We're gonna try to hit 40. We're gonna try to hit in the 40s and possibly even the 50s. We're gonna see. Today we are bringing on Adriana. I forgot if she's TikTok influencer or on IG. I think I hit her up on TikTok, or I found her on TikTok and hit her up on IG. One of those two. Yo.
Hey, can you see me?
Yeah. Can you hear me and everything? Everything's good?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, cool. So first off, I want to say my bad for being a little bit later than usual. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah, I had a, had
it's
a, had a lot to take care of. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
me too. It's been a busy day.
It's something about a Wednesday. I don't know. But but go ahead, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hey, my name is Adriana. I go by AD. So whatever y'all want to call me is completely up to you.
Absolutely. I'm a guess. No, I don't want to guess. What's your ethnicity?
Well, if you had to take a guess, what would you think?
Nah, because if I feel like if I say the wrong thing, you're gonna be like, really? So that's what you think I am? Type of
I'm
thing. Puerto Rican,
and
Dominican.
yes, spot
Okay,
on.
so I know Puerto Ricans and Dominicans don't get along the best. So I
Nope.
know if you call a Dominican Puerto Rican, they get pissed off, and vice versa.
Yeah, so for me, it's easy to scapegoat because I'm both. So
All right. Well, when you said and I was like, okay, I think I'm good.
you're good.
You know what flag that is, right?
Mexican flag, yes.
Thank you. Someone thought that was the Italian flag. I about fucking slapped the shit out their mom.
I
That was fun.
mean, minus the emblem, but they were
That's what I'm
close.
saying. It's the same colors, but we have the eagle and the snake. Like,
Exactly. You
you know
should
what I'm
know that.
saying? It's simple, and they're just south of the fucking states. So
Well, to be fair, I mean, American schools don't teach geography, so huh.
not only that, but they don't teach about like native history either, indigenous history, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's very problematic.
Yeah, they praise child sex offenders like Columbus and shit. So it's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
colonizers that weren't even Spaniard; they were Italian.
That's what I'm saying. So like when that's what I'm just trying to figure out though. When did the Spaniards actually come in effect though? Because they were
So
Italian, then were
yeah,
Spaniards just with them? Like
well, it was Spain. Spain was the one who basically, because apparently Christopher Columbus had like a reputation or whatever, so Spain had ordered him to go ahead and like, ayo, basically like hook us up, like we're looking for the new world. So he was like,
teach
all
us
right.
your ways. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I watched John Leguizamo's Hispanic History for Dummies.
Bro, that
So,
shit was funny as fuck.
but it was so informative. Like I loved it. Like I love the way he just spews information and knowledge, and at the same time, like
Yeah, that shit was dope. I actually watched it multiple times because how
yeah.
funny it was. But it
But
made
it's
it's legit shit though. Like people thought it was just a joke, but like that's the legit history of it type
yeah.
of.
He has reputable sources. He goes into it like fact for fact. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
100% on his side, and I see those facts every single day. Like, you
Yeah,
think you're
I
more
think.
native to this land than I am? No, I have technically, like, my people, like, we resided here before you. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think he's half Puerto Rican too, if I'm not mistaken.
He's Puerto Rican. Yeah, he's Puerto Rican.
Full blooded? I thought he was half.
I'm pretty sure he's cool. I could be mistaken, but
That's
yeah.
something. That's something we're gonna have to Google. I don't know, but yeah. It was funny as hell. I enjoyed watching that. I like how he said Mexico was like a sexy lady, like when he was drawing that shit. Like what
Um,
the fuck? But
yeah, he said that they brought over rats, measles, roaches, mumps, like everything bad, and then they wanted to go ahead and rob and steal like
yeah,
gold, cocoa, everything that was beautiful, called their art like
yeah,
historical art and art, folk art. So
yeah. Because when he was fucking our women, they were spreading diseases that way. Like they were fucking goats before that, so of course they're gonna have a lot of shit wrong with them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
absolutely.
I wonder if people in Europe still do that shit. Like if that's like a traditional thing. That's
I don't know. It depends because Eastern Europe and Western Europe are like two completely different breeds.
interesting. Yeah.
Whatsoever.
But you also got to think with our generation how there's so many weird fucking fetishes and kinks and shit. Like someone's got to be into that shit.
I mean, there's weird things I think everywhere. Like this part of the world thinks Americans are really weird. I mean, which
They are.
to be fair, yeah, they definitely are. Like we're the only ones in the world that are confusing people about like, hey, what am I? What are we? Like, let's add more freaking letters to like alphabets and shit. Versus like this part of the world is like, no, this is this versus this is this. So
You funny. I fuck with you. Yeah.
it's the truth. I mean, I'm
It's
not
like that.
wrong. That's
It's
literally
like
how
that
people
though.
say
It's
it. They're
like that. Like
like,
if someone
America's confused.
yeah, like if someone wants to identify as a water bottle, they can legally do that. And it's fucking crazy as
You're
hell.
not wrong. That's why this part of the world, like, they're so confused by us. But hey.
So are you gonna want to live in this part of the world the rest of your life, or are you trying to move somewhere, some other country?
So right now I'm currently stationed in Romania. So Romania
Oh, yeah,
is,
forgot
yeah,
about that. Yeah.
it's all the way basically like down below Ukraine and like, so we're near like Russia, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Hungary, Budapest, all that side. And like I said, this side is more heavily Slavic influence, so like influenced by like Russia and everything like that versus like the west side, like you have Spain, you have Italy, you have where I wanted to be stationed at, all the nice
Everyone.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah, the food's great. Like it's a different lifestyle and like culture there.
Yeah.
But you can kind of tell like Italy also has their influences around like this part of the world as well. But I would rather like my flow, my vibe. Like I just recently went to Rome and like I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Italy,
Damn.
their food, their culture, just like
How's the
just
wine there? Is the wine good?
yeah, everything's good. Like I went to Rome and I didn't have a bad meal. Every meal I had was phenomenal.
So it
And
sounds like Europe is the way to go
yeah,
as far as living.
yeah,
I'm probably gonna have to move to Spain or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out
probably.
of the States. Cause I'm not gonna hold you like the. I feel like the U.S. as a country is gonna collapse. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna keep going downhill, and I don't want to be here when that happens. So
Mhm. I wouldn't mind being in Italy and just like live there because, like I said, like they're they're awesome. Like at least Rome, like that's the only part that I visited, but it's phenomenal.
I think Italian is also part of Puerto Rican bloodline. Am I correct on that?
It depends. So I went ahead and I've actually had my ancestry done, and if like majority of my lineage comes from, I think it was Portugal.
Mm,
So Portugal was heavily influenced, obviously Spain heavily influenced, and then I have like African centric as well because like my
okay.
dad's Dominican, so like that side you have like different tribes, whether it's like Senegal, Cantu tribes, West African, all that stuff, and then indigenous Puerto Rican, indigenous Dominican. So
Okay. So mixed up as the next Latino, basically. That's what's up.
we're basically omelets.
I think y'all are the most mixed up. Like the island Latin people are the most mixed up out of like us from Central America and South America and shit like that. Like we have our own mixes. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And but I think y'all have the predominant mixes. Like
Yeah, because when Spain came, like the indigenous people were living there and they forced us to speak their tongue, which is
yeah,
why like in Puerto Rico specifically, like they some people like the Taínos like that still have like that strong heavily like dominance, like still like so, it's rare, but they'll speak the tongue. That's where like the word Boricua comes from, the Borinqueros. And but the yeah, the Spain were like, no, you can't speak that shit, you got to talk our language. So
yeah,
um a lot of people just, that's why they're like, oh, Puerto Ricans, y'all speak ghetto English, ghetto Spanish. And it's like, I mean, they're not wrong, but what do you expect?
I thought our Spanish was ghetto with all the motherfucking que ondas and orale and fucking que pedo my like you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah,
I thought ours was ghetto, but I
yeah,
will say y'all's cuss words is the most fucking brutal. Like us is straight to the point. Like if we call you a cabron, you're just a motherfucker. But like y'all's like if you say cabron, like it's a whole meaning. Like your girlfriend cheats on you or some shit like that. I was like, what?
it just depends on like how you say things too. Like everything's with tone and inflection. So you say it
Like
in a nice way, it's like, oh, I'm your homie. You say it in a bad
yeah,
way, oh, we try to scrap.
yeah. Like I lived on the East Coast for a good couple of years.
Mm,
Met some cool Puerto Rican homies, and when they would call me cabron and stuff like that, like I was like, what the
yeah,
fuck? Like,
yeah,
Mama Richo, what you mean by that? Like what?
yeah. We're very much like it's a teasing culture of like that's how we show love.
Yeah, it's cool. I like the vibe. I like the vibe in Puerto Rico too.
Me too.
Um, they thought I was one of them. They thought I was a local, so I really like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, like they like locals would come up to me like with their normal Spanish and everything. They speak
Yeah,
too fast for me, so I'll keep up. I'll keep up for a little bit. Then I'm like, all right, I gotta go. You know what I mean?
that's
But
funny. A lot of people who are Mexican, like they end up they say that the dialect's a little bit too fast.
it
Um,
is because y'all skipping words. Like I'm like, what?
we do because we combine like a lot of our words and like we like take letters out and stuff, and we
And the
just
R turns into an L. I'm like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
and then Y's for sure. And
I got
yeah,
it
y'all
down.
just speak very slow though, like very slow, very slow.
I don't
That's
know how
the
I
difference.
feel about being called slow, but
I didn't
anyways,
say you were slow, I said you spoke slow in Spanish. That's just the difference.
I got it down. I feel like though, you know, I like the está bien to the está bien. Está bien, like,
Mm,
I feel like I got it down pretty good.
you do? So, si hablas en español, yo lo hablo rápidamente, ¿tú entiendes?
Simón, yo hablo español también.
Ok, está bien, está bien.
Mira, también yo hablo español como puertorriqueño también.
Oh, see, you got the accent down.
Was it 100% or like in these words?
You get a gold star.
Okay, cool.
There you
See,
go.
I can switch up, so you don't know what I am. You know what I'm
It was
saying?
good. That's probably why they thought you were Rican.
No, I didn't get it down until I went out there.
Oh, got
I had an idea. I just didn't get it down until I was out there for like a good
it.
week or so.
That
You
makes
know,
sense.
they don't fuck around with that Bacardi 151 though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I had the mojitos out there. It took about two, and I was like, "What?" I was fucked up. I'm
Yeah,
done
the
for.
alcohol is like everything there. It's legit. Like the people are really nice and welcoming. Like as long as you're not trying to, say like this is my hood. Like I come from there.
Oh yeah,
So
no, I wasn't trying to. Especially not in you know La Pedla, right?
yeah, I've been.
Yeah, I went down there
You like it?
mistakenly, and I say that because so we was in San Juan Viejo. We was
Mhm.
drinking. We
Yeah.
met these two females. They're just chopping it up, and she's like,
Mm,
"You want to get high?" And I was like, "I mean,
yeah.
fuck it, I'm here, I guess." Like, why not? Don't offer if you're not about it. And she took me down there, and I see motherfuckers with straps. They're all selling shit. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, what the fuck? I
Like
don't
you
even know
have your
what the fuck
tourist
about
parts,
it.
but you also have those parts as well.
Yeah, and so she did her little thing, got the stuff, and we went to the bowl, like where that little swimming pool slash
Yeah.
skateboarding shit, I guess it is. Went
Mhm.
over there, got high, and then we walked our asses out. But I was kind of paranoid because I was like, bro, I don't want to get a strap pulled on me. Like, I'm not here for that. You
Or
know?
robbed or whatever else.
Yeah, like I kind of grew up with that type of anxiety, so I wasn't trying to relive it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to go back to that.
I mean, hey, what you open yourself for, that's for you.
And and the homies I was with, there was one white dude and one Chino.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like they could tell them two definitely weren't Puerto Rican, but they were
Mm,
like, "What the fuck is this dude?" Like, let me try to figure this out.
he's something.
He's fucking something, but he's down here in our place, and like I'm
Yeah.
chilling. But
Yeah.
I liked it, man. I want to go back out there for sure, for sure.
Same, definitely. If you do it, I always say do like what it's known for. So if you get a chance to go to like El Yunque, like National Rainforest, like definitely
I did the cliff
go.
diving.
Yeah, I did that too. Loved
That
it.
shit sucked.
Um, you said it sucked?
Yeah, that shit. Like I don't fuck with heights like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
It's not a
Yep.
big deal, but if I have to jump off of something, then it becomes a big deal. If I'm climbing something and I don't have to fall or jump down, I'm good. I'm chilling. You know.
Okay. Just close your eyes.
She said, "Just close your eyes," but I can feel my heart drop to my ass. You want to tell me to close my eyes, bro? What?
You ever take an airplane?
Yeah.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You gonna feel the splash at the bottom. What you mean?
Ride a roller coaster? It's the same thing.
Okay. That's it. That's it. Roller coaster is different though. Like I don't know. It's all fast paced, I guess, and like jumping off, like that's at your own type of pace, I guess. Unless you're
Yeah.
flying. I don't know. It's
That,
too hard to explain.
well, people who are scared of heights, it's because they have control issues and they need to be in control.
I don't know if I have control issue. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't know if I do. I'll
Just
tell you
saying.
my biggest fear is spiders. I'm glad I didn't see none of that out there. I saw big ass lizards, but I didn't see no spiders or nothing.
Yeah, the iguanas are freaking huge there, and they'll like go at the cats like
I
who
was
please
iffy. Like I was like, should I go like get close to it or no? Because that shit probably look like it's gonna bite me or something.
don't chase you and like beat your ass. Like they don't play.
Said don't be chance.
Mhm.
They
Not
don't
friendly.
play. They don't play, huh? I realize the locals is they treat them like they're locals too. Like they're just there. They're just chilling.
Yeah, that's they live there. That's their hood. Like don't mess with them.
Everyone says like, yeah, don't get close to them shits. I was like, I don't know. I'm curious, but I don't know. I'm not gonna go fuck with it. Like I'm not gonna go touch it and like slap it or some shit. You know what I mean?
Curiosity killed the cat. Don't do that.
That is true. That's why I didn't get close to it.
There you go. That
Plus
saves
the
your
way
life.
they just stand there and stare, like they looking for some shit.
Their freaking claws are long.
Yeah, I looked at their claws too, and I was like, fuck that. Nope.
Scratch your eye out.
That's a fight I'm not willing to do on my vacation. Fuck that.
Mm-mm. Yeah, your vacation will turn into freaking admittance to the hospital whole duration.
If I was Caucasian, though, I'd probably go and touch it and fucking fuck around with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Nope. Nah. So speaking of that, there was a white girl that took a picture of the La Bella sign, and she got like called out for that shit right in front of me.
She did
So
it.
yeah, so I didn't even know that either. Like you can't take your phone out and like record and shit, which makes sense, but the sign is kind of above it, so I don't know why that was a big deal.
Like I said, there's like the tourist part and the tourist destination. Like if you go to the tourist part, you're fine. But again, it's like going anywhere. If you're gonna travel outside of what you're comfortable with, like don't intrude on somebody else's grounds, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was there at night, so I didn't know where the fuck I was going. I was just following wherever the fuck they were going.
Y'all went at nighttime. See, that's why y'all people die out there. Y'all be going places y'all don't know at night. Nope.
She offered weed, which and I was drunk
Nope.
too. To be fair, I was intoxicated, so
She could have brought that shit to you. Nope.
you're right. I should have been like, yeah, you go down there and bring that shit up.
You're the first to die in a scary movie.
Who the first to die?
You.
That's racist. That's racist. Is it because there's no black people in this room?
So there's a difference between racism and prejudice. That's prejudice, not racist.
That's crazy. So there's no black people in the room, so the Mexicans next? That's crazy as fuck.
I mean,
I'm gonna tell you this right the fuck now. If this place right here was haunted, I would not be here right now. I don't fuck around with that shit.
yeah, neither
Mm-mm.
do I. I don't play. Mm-mm.
I don't do no tarot cards because people like to play with that shit, but I think that's tapping into different energy, so I don't fuck with that.
Yeah,
Definitely
you
no
welcome
goddamn.
that.
Huh?
You welcome that in.
Yeah, nah. You see that on TikTok too? Like people playing doing the tarot card shits.
It's funny. It's like when you when I was going through my breakup last year, that's all I saw, right? And I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, why is this speaking to you? It's like TikTok knows what you're going through, which is kind of
They,
scary. And
yeah,
I'm
they
like,
was trying to trap you in that shit. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't.
they were
Give me a
like,
reading.
oh, they said, I forgot, what was it? They were, oh, this person's still thinking about you. And I'm like, what the hell? How do you know, like, what's going on in my life?
Yeah,
So that's how they get you. But they say it about everybody at this point. So
yeah. I
TikTok.
feel like they just say the most common shit that happens to people, and then they're like, "Oh fuck, how do you know?"
100%.
Mm.
And then
They
get you
say
in.
they say it's the earth. It's God speaking to the earth to them. Like what? So there's levels to this shit.
God can speak to you through the Bible. I'm good. I don't need tarot cards.
Yeah, yeah. God can speak to me if He want to speak to me. Like he can
Yeah.
do that. He
He
don't
has
need to
my
go
number.
through the earth and all this other fucking energy shit. Like
He has
what?
my number. He has my mother's number. He has my auntie's number. We're good.
I don't think he even has a number. He just pick you. Like I'm picking you to talk to you. That's it.
Exactly.
But like with the so that brings me to the zodiac signs. You're not into that, are you?
So no, because so I found out kind of not recently, but like all that stuff, like the new age things, that's a form of witchcraft. And again, like I don't want to tap into stuff like that because then you attract that into your life. So like studying the stars, like that's one thing, but going ahead and doing this astrology, yeah, that's all
Yeah.
witchcraft, like burning sage, all that, and then you bring that within into your spirit and into your life, and then it just you wonder why your life's at a disarray and a mess, and you think, oh, I need to read my horoscope for the day. No, no, that's not what you need. Go pray.
So I actually didn't know that, but I never got into them. And I thought people that judged other people based off of zodiac signs sounded fucking stupid, like sounded
Yeah.
ridiculous. You know?
Like, believe what you want to believe. That's my motto. But at the end of the day, don't push your shit onto me.
Yeah,
That's
don't. Yeah, don't. So if someone goes up to you and they're like, I don't fuck with you because you're whatever zodiac
a
sign you
Capricorn. I've had that. Like, I knew a guy
are.
that I met, and we were all going around. And they were telling their signs, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Capricorn," and then he was just like, "What? You're a Capricorn? All my exes were Capricorns. Like, nah, y'all the evilest bras out here." And I was just like, "Well, those just might have been your exes and the type of people you're attracting,
That's what
but
I hate about our generation when it comes to dating.
yeah."
I'm telling you that right the fuck
Be
now
like, "You're a
because
Scorpio? Oh, you're good with the Libra or something." No,
I tell them I'm an Aquaman.
an Aquaman.
Yeah, so I'm an Aquarius, but I feel like it's funny to say Aquaman because they're kind of like what, you know what I'm saying?
Are you a January or February?
January
Me too. What day?
the 20th.
Your birthday is a day after me, so I'm a Capricorn. I'm literally like the cutoff.
Damn, wait, how old are you?
That's classified.
That's classified. Uh,
I'm
you could have just been like old enough to drink. I would have been like, all right, cool.
old enough to drink and join the military, obviously, but that's
But
enough.
that's two different things. That's two
Yeah,
different things.
no,
You know.
it is. It isn't. It isn't because in Europe you can drink at 18 or
Uh,
less, like 17, 16, depends on where you're at.
oh shit, man. How is the military life?
Toxic, very toxic.
What a lot of homies tell me. What makes it toxic?
The people.
The people.
The people make it like toxic. It's like the micromanagement and like unnecessary shit. Like things can be so easy and a job can be so easy, but the people make it way more than it needs to be. And like it turns into like a spiral of like your mental health. And then you're not given the proper resources, like smaller bases versus bigger bases. I'm in a small base and you're only given a certain amount of resources. Like majority bases, like they have chapels. It's like I can't if I wanted to go, I have a roommate and I'm a grown ass adult and I can't live
Yeah.
on the base because the installation that I'm at is restricted and it's unaccompanied. So you can't bring your family if you have wife, kids, children, spouses, and you can't live off base because it's a restricted base and you have to live on base, especially if you're security. So
What?
yeah,
That's fucking crazy.
other
What?
bases that's not the case, especially like stateside. But because again, like the mission that we do here, and what we're doing in Romania, and because we're so close to like Russia and Ukraine, it's like, yeah, absolutely not. You're on base.
I'm scared for y'all because they say like that shit's popping off. Like again.
Well, Poland would have to deal with it more than we would because they're closer to it. And then
Mhm.
yeah, so I'm happy that I'm at Romania and I'm not in Poland because they have to share like 5 or 4 room. Me,
Oh
it's like
shit.
you only have one other roommate, which it sucks because again, like I'm probably like more mature and more of an adult than a lot of like the fresh like 18-year-olds. And
Shit.
it's like, well, it's true because it's like imagine putting an 18-year-old, someone who's fresh out of high school, with someone who's like lived life and like,
Yeah.
like
I said
someone in
chill
the
like I was 18. I'm 21, but I still felt that in my heart. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But again, even when you're 21, you're not the same mindset you were at when you're 18. Like it's
That
completely
is
different.
true.
Like you change each year, you evolve each year. I'm not the same person I was last year, you know? So it's just like everyone has a different mindset in the military, but especially the Navy. Everybody drinks, everyone wants to like party and screw their time and their life away. And it's like, I already lived that, done that. I'm
Yeah.
over that. That's not where I'm at in this point in time in my life. I'm trying to save up, rack up, get a house. You
There
know,
you go.
that's what my mentality is, and I'm trying to get what I can out of the military, just like they're getting everything out of me. So it's an equal trade, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that though. Your head's in the right place because most
Sure.
most young people are like, I want to still party, do all this. I ain't
And
gonna
they
lie
do.
to you. Like I did a lot of that in high school, and I just kind of grew away from that.
Yeah.
So I'll drink here and there, especially when I'm doing a podcast. But I don't like to go out and drink and go to clubs and shit. Clubs definitely ain't my fucking. You
Yeah.
know.
100%. Especially here. It's like, and that's another thing too, like the culture shock. Like I'm a big foodie, especially being Hispanic. Like I love me some like seasoned good food, and like they can't Here it's like heavily pork dominated, like the food, like they eat a lot of like pork and like,
Who fucks with pork?
well, in this side, because again, remember the Slavic countries, like at one
Right.
time are
Yeah.
very poor and stuff like that. So,
Right.
but because of that, it's kind of a little rough on me, especially first coming out here, and I was just like, oh, I miss my food.
Yeah.
So
Where's the beef and the chicken at? Like, what the fuck?
yeah. So when I went back home, I got all I could, because like I'm going to Guam next, so I'll be in Guam for 2 years, and then I'm done, and then
So
I can't.
back to another island. I mean, shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's in my blood. So I can do another island, and it's a U.S. territory too. So I'm not really worried about that.
That's what I liked about Puerto Rico. I didn't need no passport or nothing. It was straight flight to there, man.
100%. So that's a little bit more my speed.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that. So that's the cool thing about the military. You get to travel wherever you want, type of deal. You get to pick, right, wherever you want to go.
Yeah, you get to pick. So when you go and graduate from boot camp and you go to tech school, they give you basically a dream sheet, is what they call it. And in your dream sheet, you put if you want to be like overseas or if you want to be stateside. And if you are in debt and don't know how to spend your money, they're not going to bring you overseas. They're going to keep you stateside. So if you do get selected overseas, you get an option to choose if you want an island, if you want something a little bit more in Europe, obviously, or if you want something that's like, Bahrain, which is like in the Middle East, near Dubai. So a lot of first time sailors, especially MAs, get sent straight to Bahrain. And that's like 190-degree heat on a freaking in the shade. Like it's still hot.
Yo,
It's still
that humidity different.
it's not even humidity, like it's just like heat, like it's straight heat, like it's really hot. So yeah, I didn't want that. I said my first choice I wanted was Spain. That's what I wanted. I picked Spain because I would have an advantage, like Spanish. I would
Yeah,
understand the language,
yeah.
and not only that, but like the food's a little bit closer to home, so that's perfect.
I want to see
But
their reaction if I use my Mexican slang on them. I want to see like what they
oh
would do
no, Spain, no, absolutely not. They're the
because they're
proper.
horrible.
They can like this. They know off rip that you're not like Spanish because their Spanish is Spanish. Your Spanish is hood
But
Spanish.
just to see the reaction if I went up to them, I was like, "¿Qué onda? ¿Qué pasó?" Like, fuck.
Be like, "Hey, ghetto."
Yeah,
Literally, that's what their reaction would be like. It's like how the privileged folks be like when somebody be coming talking like, "Hey,
yeah.
what's up, gang? What's good?" Like they're like, "Oh, the trash came in."
Damn. I mean, the only reason I think it'd be cool to live in Spain, one, the language, and two, they be staying out of shit. Like, when's the last time you ever seen Spain in some conflict, some world conflict? Chilling.
Spanish war.
Which was like how many motherfucking years ago? Yeah, like
with Mexico.
We still won, but
did y'all?
Mm-hmm. That's how we won our independence.
Oh,
I say we, but I'm talking about my ancestors.
Your ancestors, yeah, right. That's
I'm what's called a Chicano, so like I'm a Americanized Mexican.
Yeah, I'm familiar. Chicano way.
Yeah, I think are we the only ones with that like a term like that? Because like you can't really say like Puerto Rican American. They're just like I'm Puerto Rican.
Hispanic American. You could say you're Puerto Rican American.
But yeah, but that's what's weird. Like on them little surveys and shit, they'd be like, "Are you Mexican American, Chicano?" I'm like, that's the same fucking shit.
I get confused. Yeah, I get really confused on when filling out medical questions or anything like that because it's like, okay, what's your ethnicity and then what's your race? So you have to put ethnicity like where your family comes from, and then your race, you're like white or you're black. Like what?
Yeah, Alaskan Native. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know, because Alaskan Natives, like that's another tribe, like an indigenous tribe. Those in Alaskan, it's another form of like indigenous blood.
Fuck that! I would not want to live in the cold. I don't do well with cold weather, so.
No. Me neither, which is why I don't hate being here, but that's one of the.
That's one of the things there. Eesh.
Yeah, the people are sweet as hell. Don't get me wrong; they're sweet, they're amazing, they're like really, really nice. But
just not the other military people.
because I'm an MA, which is basically like an MP for the other branches, so military cop. And
Oh,
yeah, I think it's just because like there's so few of us here. So if you don't bang with everybody, like
word.
that's it. Like that's really it. So I really do find myself connecting more. It's funny with the officers because they're older, like they're of age, and
So you be arresting people like that,
like right now, no. Like we do a lot of training and like drills for stuff, but
pulling people over and shit. You know what I'm saying?
because we're a base within a base within a base, so we're very secure.
How the fuck does that work?
Because we're on the Romanian territory, so Romania is the host nation, so
Oh,
they're the
okay.
line of defense. So they have the Romanians, and then after you get past them, what's it called? Then you have Americans because it's American property and stuff, and then more American. So yeah,
I should defend it like a motherfucker. Damn.
100%.
Damn.
Because again, this and Poland, because we're like sisters, I guess. Poland and here, basically what
Yeah,
we do in supporting the mission. So
absolutely. So, what made you want to be a cop in the military?
I didn't. I wanted to be it was
Just
funny.
wanted to detain people.
I wanted to be a public affairs officer, but
Oh, okay.
because yeah, I already had my master's degree, so I could come in, but they never answered the phone. And it was the most daunting task. I would call them for like all the time for months and months, and no one answered the phone, which is weird because it's like recruitment slow. What's going on?
Yeah.
So I
They must
went
not want me
to,
then.
yeah, nearby I had an enlisting recruiter's office, so I went to the enlisted side, and I liked my recruiter, and he was like, "Just come on the enlisted side," and I was like, "You know what? My student loan's coming up. I need to hop on that right now, ASAP." So I went, and what they had at the time was culinary specialist. And I said, "Oh yeah, I love to cook. I love
That's a
food."
cook. That's a cook.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
I love food. Like I definitely want to be a CS. So I had signed it initial to be a CS, but
yeah.
then one of the girls in the office was like, "Hey, we have an earlier slot. I know you said you wanted to leave as soon as possible for Maine, which is a military cop." And I was like, "Tell me more about it." And she was like, "Yeah, so we could do different things with them, like canine." And she said canine. I'm like, "I like dogs better than I like people. Sign me up."
True.
So the kicker is, right, after you finish with boot camp and go to tech school, you have to get accepted to the canine program. So when they had their canine meeting, I couldn't go because we had to do like some test. And because of that, I had to do like regular like LE, so like law enforcement shit.
Oh,
So yeah, the base I go to next, I have really cool orders that like I go like on special missions for that I got approved for. But the base also has a kennel, so you can volunteer at the kennels and work your way up in order. And if they like you, because it's like literally like their own freaking group. If they like you and they bang with you and they see like, oh yeah, like she's good on her shit, then they'll be
yeah.
like accept you into the program.
Okay. Shit, that's a steal. Shit.
Yeah, 100%. And like the cool thing about like MA is a lot of things do transfer out because you're doing law enforcement stuff. So if you wanted to work in the FBI, you could. If you wanted to do like troopers or be a cop, if you wanted to do that, or be a detective, like all of it really does transfer over. Security, it's all transfers.
That's another cool thing. You like whatever job you get, it seems like in the military that it transfers over civilian world like efficiently.
Yeah,
Like get a
because it's
good job coming.
experience. That's essentially what it is. It's you're getting the experience. It's like a internship that's paying you,
Yeah. So
really.
I
So
got homies that are in the army, and they
mhm.
they fucking hate it. Like they hate their lives. They want to get out.
That's understandable. I mean, the
Like
army's a different breed, and I feel like their tasks are a little bit more daunting. Like, again, I'm lucky because I chose a rate that you don't have to be on a ship, which
yeah,
is funny because I joined the Navy because I like to swim and I like the water. But
I can't
yeah,
swim very good.
you have to pass your swim test in order to join the Navy.
What's the swim test?
So basically, there's this big ass pool, right? And you have to do one specific swim out of like four options. And one of them's the butterfly backstroke.
Is the
Then
doggy
they have,
paddle one of them?
You have to dive initially into the deep end of the pool and like come up and then give a thumbs up. And once you give the thumbs up, you can begin the swimming, but you have to do a whole lap around the pool. And if they see that you're struggling and can't do it, they'll be like, nope, get on your back, which means you have to like
Back.
navigate by backstroking all the way that lap, which is harder. So for me, I knew how to swim and I was like, okay, I'm just doing a regular breaststroke. And I did. And they let me do it my whole way. And it was crazy because like everyone, they were like, nope, get on your back, get on your back, get on your back. But I know how to swim, so I'm not scared about that. And again, it's like fake it till you make it. Pretend,
Yeah.
even if you feel like you're drowning, pretend like you know what the heck you're doing. And I promise that will save you.
It depends how deep it is. I'll be fucking swallowing water and shit. I hate that feeling,
It's an
man.
Olympic size. It's an Olympic pool. It's a real pool.
But the backstroke, I can do the backstroke. That shit's easy. I be doing that in like regular pools in the ocean and shit. Like,
You think until people are bumping into you, and again, your feet can't go down. You have to stay in a good, like, elevated backstroke. And then, yeah, there's like so many other factors. And if they pull you out and say, get out, like you feel it, you have to pass it until you graduate. And if you don't pass it, then you don't go. And they send you back like 2 weeks just because you can't swim.
so then they kick you out like right after that.
They don't kick you out. So what they'll do, because they spent a lot of money on you already for you to get there, they'll just send you back 2 weeks. Like they'll keep sending you back until you pass it, or if you can't pass it after a certain amount of times.
Oh,
Um,
okay, because that's like the boot camp type shit.
yeah, that's boot camp. So, because think about it, they're paying for your plane ticket there. They're paying for all your meals, which is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and like sometimes snacks, depending like on what's going on. But and they're paying for your uniforms, your clothing. I mean, that comes out of your check essentially for your first check, but still, it's they're paying for you and investing in you. So they're like, nope, like the running's what people have the biggest problem with is yeah, running a mile and a half in your certain rank. So if you are a certain age, like I think the first one's like from 17 and 18, you're in alpha. So if you're an alpha male, I think you have to run like an 8 minute mile and a half or something, an 8 minute and 30-second mile and a half. And you have to do it. And if you don't pass it within that time, even if you're a second off, you get sent back. You
God
get one
damn,
more
so
shot.
what they expect them to do? Sprint that motherfucker? Like,
Yeah. Well,
when I
12
do
laps.
when I do like running training for like boxing and MMA, I don't gotta do all that shit. I'm at a steady fucking pace. I'm not sprinting.
No, you have to
I'll
do
be
what you have.
fucked up.
I
Yeah.
was lucky because my group I think was like Charlie or Delta. I don't remember. And I had to run it. I think it was 14:45.
That's how
Yeah,
bad.
14:45 run a mile and a half. But the thing that makes it hard is that gym. It's the freaking I don't know if it's the walls, the insulation, but you can't breathe in that gym. It's not like a normal like gym air. Like the air is harsh. And then you
Mm.
have like 200, not even 100, like 300 like people in there running, depending on like how big your like division size is with
Yeah.
you, and y'all are all trying to run at the same time, and you have people who flop and like pass out and like throwing up and everything because that shit like that really tests you. So
Yeah. That's
passed
funny.
it. Yeah, I didn't pass it my first time, and then I got sent back 2 weeks, which was devastating. But then I passed it my second time.
I'll be
It's
pissed.
literally seconds, like seconds, and that's what like pisses people off. Like there's people who didn't pass it by 3 seconds, and they'll still send you back.
I'd be pissed. I'd be like, bullshit, better recount.
And I even told them because when I didn't pass my first time, I was devastated because I worked all this way. I worked so hard, and literally the last thing was just the run. And I had told them after I didn't pass it, I was like, send me home. I want to get separated. I don't want to do this again. Like, I'm so over it. I'm done. Like, I've tried my best. I'm like, I can't be in here like more mentally. Like, no, I'm checked out. And especially like, you came in with that division. So the group of people that you're in your compartment with, like you want to graduate with them. You don't want to
I'm
go
saying,
to
yeah.
like some new place and get new instructors. Like you grow a bond. So
Yeah.
it does a toll on you. And then you get 2 more weeks and you gotta deal with a whole bunch of new people and it's a lot mentally. It's more of a mental thing. I would say boot camp's more mental than it is like physical or anything else. But once you pass it, it's light, it's easy. Like the fleet's not what boot camp is. It's not.
So it wasn't like as bad as some people make it out to be.
Mentally, yeah. But again, everybody does something different. Everybody's rate in their like rank and a lot of factors go into it. So
See, that's the shit I would hate is like
yeah,
if they have something that's above at other people and they have special treatment because of that. Fuck that, dude.
that happens a lot.
So yeah, that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? That's just
Mm.
not. I
And
feel like
that's
I was getting fights with too many people. Like a lot of people would get on my nerves.
people get in fights. That's normal boy shit. Like
Shit. I don't know. I heard people be getting in trouble for fighting and shit. Like, man,
I
that's
mean, yeah, you'll get in trouble, but what they're gonna send you to mass, DRB, like they'll take. That's another thing they can do. So they
therapy.
can send you to mass for like doing something stupid, and like dock your pay like half pay times two, so you get paid half of what you were getting paid, and they can make you a pay grade lower than what you are, which means you're getting paid half of what that new pay grade is, which was less than what you were initially getting. So you come in making
The fuck?
X amount and you got X amount of bills, and then you
So
end
they
up
so essentially like demoting you for that shit. Yeah,
exactly.
see, no, I don't want to get demoted for fighting. Like I feel like if I did my deed,
You wouldn't
at
get
least that.
demoted for fighting. Something more serious, but not for fighting.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say for something like fighting, get demoted. That's fucking crazy.
No,
I
not
get
for.
it, like if you're in a corporate type business, but like what the fuck, you know?
I mean, essentially, that's what it is because we have regular laws we have to go by, and then we have UCMJ laws, like rules that we have to go by as well. And if you break a UCMJ law, that's not a regular civilian like
What is
rule,
that? What
right?
what is
So
that? You
like
say?
So United States, it's basically like another rule book, another set of laws, but for military people only. So like disrespecting an officer, that's an article.
What if they disrespected you though?
It doesn't matter if they're an
That's
officer.
fucked. Nah.
No, yeah, and if they want to pull it, that's the thing. So some people will pull it, some people won't. Some people will be like, "Oh, just like you're breaking this article," and then
That's
other
fucked.
people will be like, other people are more like humans instead of robots. And like, "Yo, let's talk about this. Like, what's good? What's up?
What side?
Like, what's
That's
up?"
but like, so if an officer was like to get at you and and like you feel disrespected by what they're saying to you, you can't say nothing back. Like, how would you handle that situation?
You're in the military. Like, for it is what you get out of it, what you give, right? So
Mm.
like you just gotta learn sometimes to bite your tongue and what fights and battles to pick. And again, if there's like disrespect, you utilize your chain of command. And
Oh,
I'm lucky in the sense that I have a bomb, like amazing chain of command, like amazing. Like when I say my CO, she's
chain of
phenomenal.
command being like people over you type of shit.
Yeah, so your commanding officer is the person who runs the base, and then you have the executive officer. So it's like, so think about like you have your president, your vice president, and then like your like secretary, treasurer, or something like that. So we have our commanding officer, which is like top boss, and then executive officers under them, and then you have we have a command senior chief, and then you have for security for NSF, so for the military cops. We also have a security officer. So security
Okay.
officer is also in that chain of command. And
Okay.
she's bomb too. So
So
again,
I
we
know,
like
like I've seen movies where it kind of taught me a little bit about like the ranks and shit. Not too much, but a little bit. So like
top.
petty officer, that's like that's like what pay grade is that? Petty officer.
So petty officer depends. There's different types of petty officers. You have your petty officer third class, right? Then you have your petty officer. Yeah. So well, not last because you have seaman recruit. So when you're in boot camp, you're a seaman
Yes.
recruit. Yeah, you're a seaman recruit. And then
Who the fuck wants to be
after
called a seaman, bro?
and then after that, it's seaman apprentice, and then after that, it's just seaman, and then after that, you actually get frock. So your uniform, you have nothing on your uniform, but when you become a petty officer 3rd class, they frock you, and you get like one chevron. 1 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 with your eagle,
Oh,
and you wear that with your uniform. And again, your uniform like tells you what you are. So it goes petty officer third class, petty officer second class, which is a second class, and then petty officer first class, and then it goes petty officer chief,
so what
and
are you petty officer?
chief petty officer. So that's the chiefs, and with the chiefs, like an act of Congress can demote a chief because they go through their own like chief season to be selected. Like there's a
Oh
lot that goes
shit. So they're
being,
like they're pretty up there then, like up there in the rank.
well, yeah. So they're in charge of all the junior enlisted basically. So when you utilize your chain of command, right? So
Okay.
I'm a third class, right? So I'd be like, hey, I would go to my watch commander first. And then if my watch commander, like, I was like, they don't know, they're not
So
helpful.
so
I would go to
you have people under you that you're in charge of type of deal.
I'm so you have people that you're supposed to like help or whatever. So
You
because
said
like
supposed to help.
because I'm a third class, right? Like you're expected more responsibility and you can't do what they call the seaman shrug, which is like, I don't know. Like if someone's
Yeah.
like, why didn't you do this? I don't know. You can't do that. The seaman, it's okay because not okay, but it's acceptable because it's like, oh, you're new. But again, if you're like brand spanking new and you got put on as third class, it's like, oh, I gotta figure my shit out. But
Fuck.
yeah. So if you're here longer, right, you're obviously going to know more about the base, more about like security, more about like rules and regulations. So help the seamen out and like the people that are lower than them. But
Yeah.
obviously, like, don't be a douche and don't be someone you don't want. Like, be the type of person you want to be in leadership and you want to like communicate with, right?
Okay.
So basically,
Makes sense. That makes sense. So you know your shit then? Like you good?
I don't know how to answer that question.
I don't know either. Cause like I said, I'm still kind of learning about it. You know, as I have homies in it, more
Mhm.
people that I know are going into it, Air Force and all that shit. So I don't know. It
Oh,
just seems it
branch
seems like yeah, it seemed different with the whole branches and shit.
yeah.
But I could
Each
tell you, I don't think that whole military shit is really for me. Cause like I don't know how I would be with someone telling me what to do type of deal. I don't know how I would get along with people.
you
You
get
know
used
what
to
I'm
it.
saying? So
Like
you get used to it.
orders and shit. You get used to it. Like at first, it's kind of like when you're getting yelled at, but that's what boot camp is for. It's supposed to kind of like tear you down and build you up. Cause like at boot camp, they talk to you crazy. Like first day,
I see the
like it's
movies. This should be
supposed to be,
funny.
yeah, like they're trying to dwindle out. Like obviously, like yeah, nah, because like suicide rates are huge in the military, right? They're trying to weed out people.
That's yeah. I heard the like what's it called? What the word they use? The morale. The morale's like down.
Morale,
A lot of
yeah,
people.
that's why we have
Yeah.
a whole morale resource department, like a MWR. Like we need them, especially here. Like, but yeah, no, definitely, it's important to weed them out, and then again, weed out people who aren't physically like able to do it because like the mission, and then mentally, because during MEPS, not everybody gets like some people get through the cracks, so you want to when you're living with 100 other females or 100 other males in a
Yeah.
compartment, having to shower with them, only getting like a freaking certain amount of time to shower, and everybody's booty ass naked. Like you,
She said booty ass thing.
I'm dead serious. Like in my first ship, I was lucky because we had at least curtains because like COVID, so they put curtains.
Okay. Yeah.
So when you would shower, like you kind of, that was the only privacy you got, but you're literally like there's hella people in the shower trying to shower and y'all booty ass naked. So y'all get comfortable, right? Y'all just hey,
I
it
give
is
me
what it
fucking
is.
prison vibes like with the males, bro. Like what the fuck?
That's exactly what you can kind of compare it
People
to.
probably try to be fighting up in that booty ass naked too, huh?
Are you kidding me? Not Nick, we didn't have that problem. We had dirty problems like
Oh no. Yeah. See
shit
that's why I couldn't have no
showers.
roommate or nothing. Mm-mm.
No, it was gross. But we had to be clean and immaculate because if you like if only one person messed up and like there's these people that are called FQA and they have these briefcases and they'll come to inspect your compartment, right? And if anything is out of place, like say your uniform is like not squared away or you didn't fold it right, or like you put,
Yo, you're nitpicky like that? Yeah.
or you put like wipes in your freaking rack. Like, cause I had Clorox wipes my first day, and I like put the Clorox wipes to like clean the shit like in my rack. And FQA, they'll come with their briefcase and they'll write you a citation if your stuff's not how it's
Like a
supposed to.
ticket?
Everyone, yeah. So everyone's rack
What?
has to look the same. It has to look clean. And we rocked it a lot. Yeah, I got in trouble my freaking first time because I had Clorox wipes and they're like, this is a chemical thing. You're not supposed to have that. That's not belong in there. I was just like, you just take it.
It's a cleaning
Nope.
thing,
Doesn't
though.
matter. That's not one of the things that's allowed in your racks. Doesn't matter.
What the fuck? So
Nope.
they write you a ticket for having Clorox, right? Yo, what the fuck? Yeah, see that? Nah, I couldn't do it.
It's
What do you have to do if you get a what you call it, a citation, the ticket? What do you have to do? Like
so if you got a freaking demerit shit, oh
the
god, like
merit?
it depends on what your freaking chief or petty officers are feeling that day, because they were basically living there with us. Like they didn't
Oh
necessarily
no.
live there, but yeah, like they were there with us all the time. So it depends on what they want to do. I went to medical that day. So right after I got that shit, I went to medical because I wasn't feeling well. And I got SIQ for 24 hours, I think, 24, 48 hours. So
Oh,
I
so
didn't get that.
you was chilling, didn't
Yeah,
have to do nothing
you
for
would
20.
get beat if you did something wrong, or like you did something crazy, you get beat.
You
And
get
what
beat.
when we say beat, yeah, I have to explain. When you say beat, basically it's like you have to do like X amount of push-ups, planks, and you have to do it until they tell you to stop.
Oh, that's a weird way to call getting beat, bro.
Yeah, that's the
When you
movie.
said that, I was like, wait, they beat the fuck out you? What the
I mean,
fuck?
essentially, kind of, yeah. I remember them telling us a story that, like, in the summertime, they used to like have to do like PT and put like an ice cream PT, and like they would put ice cream in the middle of the compartment, and they would have to keep PTing until the ice cream melted.
That's some fuck shit.
They don't do that anymore,
They
but
probably they probably got swole off that shit though.
yeah, you get in your best shape of your life when you're in boot camp,
Oh yeah.
because the
Cause see,
food's controlled. So what you're eating is like controlled and the portions are controlled. And then you only have like 15 minutes from when the last person sits down at the table to eat. So you wanted to be in the front of the line. That way you had the most time to eat your meal. But yeah, you didn't have that much time. And then you PT'd 6 times. No, so it's you PT'd every day basically. So you would have 2 runs in a week to do it, and then you would have compartment PT. So you would just work out in the compartment.
did y'all
So
ever have to eat what's them shits called that's in a bag? Like a
MREs,
yeah.
no, not the Navy. So the Navy, you don't eat MR. In boot camp, we didn't eat MREs, but when I went to tech school, when we had the shooting range week. They brought the MREs, so we ate MREs for range week because we couldn't go back to the galley to go eat.
Man, that
But
should be
I
still shoot
love
up.
I love my MREs. I don't care what anybody says. Those shits, woo, so good.
Damn. Yeah.
If you get the good ones.
I feel like the Rangers, like the way I seen it, it looked fun. Like they just shooting a big ass weapon and shit. Like it looked cool.
Range, yeah. I would say A school, NC school was really fun. Like it's
It
like
looked cool.
college. It's literally like a second college. That's what it was for me.
Just like college.
It's a second college, because think about it. Like y'all stay in the same spot, right? And then you don't have the same regulations as boot camp. You still have regulations, but like basically just
Like
like
more
as accountability, it's more accountability. So it's like if you want to stay off base for the weekend because like you're only working Monday through Friday in class, then you just write an overnight shit. If you had a
oh,
3-day weekend, you just write a shit of where you're at. That way they had accountability for where you're at and know where you're at, and you're not going AWOL. So that's it though. You don't really have like crazy, like you have stuff that happens. When I was there, girls couldn't be in guys' room, and then when I left, like they changed that.
oh for real, like you can't like see each other type of deal.
You can see each other, yeah. Like, and if y'all are kicking it, like y'all can kick it, but like not in the rooms together at the same time. So people would be like in the
What
corner.
if what if they was trying to get something planned, like something going on, like they can't.
So the best bet would be get an Airbnb every weekend, hotel, telly, off base. Like that's what I mean. You can try and not get caught, but more than likely you're gonna get caught.
Damn, and what would happen if they got caught? Like they get how they're in trouble? Like a
It
shit ton.
depends on who's it depends who's working. For the most part, they snitch you out. Like the EXO, the base, like he wasn't about it. He was like, the rules were for the weekends. Don't add to the population, don't subtract to the population. Make smart decisions. Those were the
Hey,
rules.
it's called safety first.
Yeah, well, that's
But
literally he said. Remember, y'all remember my three rules, and hey, that's what he lived by. So, but yeah. So best bet Airbnb. Get an Airbnb with a group of people. Y'all get different rooms. Like that's the best.
chilling. That's how I know. Like y'all would be partying up in the motherfucking Airbnbs and shit. Absolutely. See that's fun. That's the shit that I would fuck with. It's
Yeah,
just the non-military shit I wouldn't fuck with.
it's literally just boot camp. Boot camp is just the only thing, and then once you get past that, it's literally lit.
It's a breeze after that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
depending on like what your tech school is, because my tech school, some people's tech schools are like only 2 weeks if you're like undoes, but other people's tech schools are. Mine was for A school was 2 months, and then I had a month and a half. It was a month and a half, and then another month and a half of C school. So I was there for like 3 months. So
I just don't military motherfuckers be waking up too damn early. Like I wake up early, for training and shit. But
what's early for you?
for me, like 7 or 8.
That's early.
So that tells me you up at like 4 or 5.
For if I'm on a day shift when I work, I wake up at 3:30 in the morning to go to I gotta
That's
be
a
in there.
witching hour. You better get that extra sleep, bro. I don't want to wake up during that time. Fuck that.
I have to wake up at 3:30 in the morning so you could get ready because you have to be armed up already with like your gear and your weapons by 4:45 or 4:40 because then
But
you go to post.
you see
But
some spooky shit at 3:30, cause that's the witching hour, man. Fuck that.
just my reflection.
Is,
That's it.
is it though?
Yeah, it's my reflection. But no, night shifts are way smoother because you don't go in until we do long shifts. So instead of 3:30, we literally relieve them at 5:30 in the morning from 5:30 to 5:30, and then they get relieved at 5:30 to 5:30. So we do 12-hour shifts.
Damn. You have to be awake the whole time during that 12-hour shit. Like
Yes.
you can't get a
You're
little nap here and there,
hearing.
like a little 30-minute nap or anything like that.
I am not saying that people not napping is wrong on
Yeah.
shift.
Okay. Okay. So they're not supposed to, but they do it. 'Cause
No,
I
they
wouldn't.
don't do that. They don't do that.
I don't think they're gonna be watching this shit. Yeah, I think you're good.
You will be surprised. They know everything.
No,
Don't
no, I
don't
have a lot
play.
of people that watch this, but like, I don't. Then again, I don't know.
Don't play. Everyone, think about how many people are in the military. One person recognizes something. That's why I don't have anything recognizable around me because they could recognize, like, oh, I remember that chair. I know exactly what command you're at. Like, no, thank you. Mm-mm.
That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. Especially because like if you did show some shit like that, they'd probably be like, oh, you was on the
Report
yeah.
you. Yeah, no, that's another thing that like really blows me. It's like instead of like going to you like as an adult, that's why I said like I can't do it with some of the kids because like instead of going to you as an adult and being like, yo, like why are you doing this, and this, right? They'll go
Yeah.
ahead and either snitch on you or call you out and instead of taking you aside. That I don't like.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that. I don't fuck with the snitching. So I'd rather
Mm-mm.
them just talk to me man to man or woman to man, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
But you have people from different walks of life and different areas, different cities, different countries. So not everybody moves the same. That's why like I get along most with people who are either like city folk or like East Coast. You know what I mean?
Fun
East Coast
city,
or
because I
city.
come from I'm originally from Colorado, so I came from a city there, and then I was in Maryland, which is like 30 minutes from Baltimore. Still a city.
DMV,
It was
yeah,
like
but
it
like
was like
East
New
Coast,
York.
that's East Coast though.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So,
It
like I
was like
said, East Coast, or like if you're from like a hub city and like you know how to move, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
certain rules that you just have common sense that you shouldn't have to explain. But
yeah.
you think is common sense ain't common sense to everybody. It
I
ain't.
feel like country folk look at me like, what? Who the fuck is this dude? Like, what the
Yeah, I find myself I don't get along the most with
fuck?
those who are
The ones
from,
from down south.
well, not even south, because Florida's south, but like I love my
A
Floridians.
lot of
Like
people consider Florida still East Coast. Like it's South, but they consider it part of
it
East.
depends though, because it's not the same. Anything South Orlando and South, that is like completely different from north of Orlando. North of Orlando, that's literally like that's
So like
Alabama. Like
Miami is considered South, not East Coast. East Coast.
well, I would say that would be East Coast, but again, that's city. It's major cities.
Yeah.
But anything north of Orlando, no, that is country. Like country, like Alabama, country folk type
I
time.
would say what I'm about to say, but that might not be so good.
Yeah,
So
let's not do that. That.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna use our heads this time. We're not gonna say that.
Mhm.
Because you was thinking that shit too, and you stopped yourself.
I stopped myself a lot of times. That's what the Navy taught me, to bite my freaking tongue.
Well, yeah. I usually just kind of just tell myself I probably shouldn't say that, so I don't say
It's crazy.
it. Yeah,
It's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying. Damn, we didn't even get into the three topics, man. Because I was kind of interested in like knowing about that, like, but it's all good. I was
Mhm,
gonna talk about like, how you think relationships are this day and age. We probably still got time to do that actually. You
mhm.
know. So what do you think? Do you think relationships in our generation are kind of going uphill or downhill? Like in general speaking.
Mm, I was like a whole bag of freaking worms. It really does depend, because I'm coming from like a millennial mindset, like the cutoff of millennial, but still millennial. So I feel like Gen Z especially
Mm.
lacks communication skills. Like they don't know how to
Oh,
communicate.
fuck much.
And
Yeah.
millennials too. I'm not gonna hold you, because of social media and because of their phones and all this. Like a lot of people don't know how to talk anymore. They don't know how to
They fucked
communicate.
up. They fucked up dating apps so goddamn much. They couldn't even
Oh
do
my
dating apps.
gosh. That's the thing though. Like people have all this confidence in the DMs, or they have so much confidence,
Yeah.
like because they have this. But when it comes to
But in person, they
physical
awkward as fuck.
person, oh my gosh. It's either they're really awkward, they're a catfish, they're freaking somebody else. Like I just don't understand. People aren't people
they're not.
anymore.
They're
Like
not the height that said they were.
they're not humans. Humans aren't humans anymore. They're literally like something else. So I think that really has messed with people. And like my brother, he's 6 years younger than me. And it's so funny because I remember he would be like, "Hey, can you call me to make like a dentist appointment for me?" And I'm like, "Dude, like you can do it yourself. You're a grown adult. You can do it yourself."
Yeah, if you can use your phone for shit, you can use it to call a fucking
But
day.
they're scared to talk to people. So
Yeah, I don't understand it. It'd be the ones going on live too. Like I can go on TikTok live, but I can't socialize in person. Like what? But you could go on a camera in front of multiple fucking people. Okay.
because it's not an actual soul. So it's like a diary. Cameras, like lenses, are literally like a diary that you can vent to, and
With people still commenting though, so like people can still see and comment whatever the fuck they want, type of
that's another thing. People got a lot of freaking cojones over like
deal.
messages because you're not to somebody's face, but as soon as, oh no, I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, how do you mean it? How do you
Yeah,
mean
you
it?
mean it.
Please tell me. So
What would
yeah, I
you?
don't know. Relationships are either like purely like situationships, or like purely
Okay.
physical. Like nobody wants to date anymore. Like I'm old fashioned. I like
I
going
like
on.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I,
Yeah,
I have I have an old school mentality too. Like I'd rather go out and meet people than
yes.
do it
Like
over the phone.
open my door for me. I will not get in your car if the door is not open. I don't care.
And dudes think that doing gentleman like shit like that is fucking
Like
simping and
simp
being a
shit.
beta male and all this other bullshit. Like,
It's
no, what
not.
simping and being a beta male is fucking being like, oh, you're so beautiful, all that shit. That's fucking like you could compliment, but if you're
Say
over,
so beautiful, yeah.
yeah, if you're over complimenting and saying the same shit, then yeah, that's simping. But
Well, I feel like people use that route and like they go into that is because they don't, again, they lack the communication and they don't know what to say. And because they don't know what to say, like that's the, ooh, let me use the cash out.
I mean, I've been in those situations in person before. It's just because like what, because like they'll say thank you, and it's like, so
Because they
where do we go
can't.
from here? Like,
But you get what you attract to. Like if you're attracting the same type of person over and over and over again, it's you. It's not. It's not the people that you're attracting. It's what you're bringing onto yourself. Like what? Where are
yeah,
you going to find these people? Right? Like that's why I said like the clubs. Like I'm over that. I'm not a fan. And not only that, like
believe you're not. It's very rare to find this your significant future significant other in the club. Like that's
yeah,
just
it's you're
you
more
have one
likely to
at a
find them.
hookah bar, or a fucking bar maybe, but not a club
Even that, you're more likely to find people like
at the
when you're
grocery
doing something like an activity or like in a shared space. Like that's
at the
why when
grocery store
people
at
to
Walmart
college, when
at
they go to
Walmart.
college, they find their college sweetheart. Like that's more of a thing because like it's easier. Like everyone I went to college with, it seems like majority of them like boot up with each other.
You can find your significant other at Walmart.
What?
You can find your significant other at Walmart.
No, because our generation, unfortunately, is scared to communicate to people. They'll go ahead
But
and
not
be like,
older women.
go on TikTok. This is what people will do. They'll go on TikTok and do a
Not
whole TikTok
older
video.
women. Older women ain't roll like that. They'll talk to you all day.
The greeter at Walmart, yeah, the greeter at Walmart will talk to you all day, every day. You're absolutely
Not the
right.
greeter.
The
I'm
thought
talking about the
that
person
no,
that's putting the shit in their basket.
oh, I don't know. It depends on what they do. But no, like bookstores, like you have to think. Like I love me a good Barnes and Nobles or Borders. Don't get me wrong. That's those are the where the people who are trying to elevate their minds and themselves are at. Go to a bookstore. Go to a Starbucks. Right? You have your freaking sole proprietor business people. Like I need Wi-Fi. Where can I go? Let me go to Starbucks and get their little laptops out. Mm,
Woo!
love me
Anyway,
some Starbucks.
um, anyway, I mean, I don't mind Starbucks, but when people say Starbucks, I'm like, what the fuck are you
Are
saying?
you cringe?
Yeah, bro.
I love me some Starbucks.
Dutch Bros ain't bad. Just try Dutch Bros.
I love me some Starbucks. I'm not a cheater. I love Starbucks.
I'm
Best
not a,
day.
you're trying something that didn't
I
come to
like trying new places. Yeah, don't get me wrong. If it's like a cafecito joint, but Starbucks has my cinnamon dolce powder.
No,
That's
it's
my
because you're like, I'm not cheating. I was like, you're not cheating. You're trying something new, but that doesn't fix that.
mm,
That sounds terrible.
it does.
Sounds terrible as fuck. But so like, if you're gonna look for your significant other, let's say like something that's gonna catch your eye, and your significant other, is it the height and like just solely the looks? Because don't lie, like the looks are the attention getter. You know what I'm saying? But is it the height that plays it too, or not so much?
So old me would have been like, oh no, like looks don't matter. But like as I've evolved and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, they do. They obviously do matter. Um, so that's what's gonna kind of like get your eye to kind of turn and like look and like, oh,
A lot of
oh,
people height though too. Like if they're like 6 foot and taller, they're like, I
yeah,
like that.
I'm already 5'4". I can't be with someone who's my height or I don't care. That might be messed up, but
What if like the dude's like 5'3", has the best fucking
don't
person,
care. Don't
has
care.
good looks,
Don't care. Because that goes into attractiveness to me. So like if you got height on you, you got bounce on you, you know what that means?
bro?
That means
How tall do they gotta be?
so again, I'm 5'4". So I would
You said
say
6. Oh, I swear to God, bro.
I'm not gonna say 6 foot. I would say
Oh,
5'10" is a good height. 5'10" is a good height.
that's not it, bro.
5'10" is a great height.
That's great height, but so is taller than 5'4". Like what if the dude like 5'7"?
Oh, what did I just say? I don't want someone my height.
That's not your height. That's 5'7". That's 3 inches
And what
taller
if
than
I
you.
want to wear heels that day? I still don't want them to be taller than me.
You could take them off. He gonna take them off, give you like
Are you a short king? Is that why you're getting heated?
Yeah, I'm 5'6".
The Mexicano in you. That's why.
I know. I can't control it, but that's the thing though. Guys can't control how tall they're gonna be when they come out the womb. So it's like when females are like, I don't like him. He's cute, but I don't like him because he's not fucking 5'9" or whatever the fuck. And it's like, what?
But that's why short guys
He
like they
gonna
have
treat you like a
personality.
queen. Like, what if he treats you like a fucking queen, bro? Like,
Yeah.
best
I
treatment ever.
see in that moment. How tall was my? They were, oh, I think my ex might have been like 5'9". I don't know. So
5'1".
5'9", not 5'1". Come on.
I was about to say like, okay, I was gonna say if you said 5'1", I can understand why you don't do that no more. But
No,
so
I'm the
you
man
could,
in the relationship at that point. You can't protect me.
what if they're
That's
built,
why.
bro? There are boxers and MMA fighters that are like shorter than you, and they beat motherfuckers' asses. They
Good
have a
for them and their women. They're not my person. That's good for them, but that's not my person. My person,
I
the Lord
got you.
knows. I gave to God a list. I said, hey, this is what I need from you. So bring them when they're ready. I don't
I
need them
got
when
you.
they're not ready,
I got
right?
you. I
When
got
it's
you.
right,
It's a preference. I got you. It's a preference. It's a preference. I can tell
it's
you
not only a preference, it's a freaking
for sure thing.
way of life.
What if like you go on a rant, like you start dating a lot of tall dudes and they just start treating you like shit, and then a short dude is like, look, let me like give me like you get the
Short dude
short
would
chance and
just treat you just like shit.
no, no, not
Yes.
always. No,
Yes. What do
I
you
could
mean?
tell you
Not
statistically.
always, of course, because each person is different. So each person's
You're
gonna
right.
have something different that they're gonna bring to the table. But
You're right. But I'm gonna tell you this:
do what it's all.
statistically, taller males are more likely to be dickheads, and why? Because females like that shit. They like the taller dude, so they go for the taller dude. And what does that make him feel? Like he can get all the females he want to get, and he could treat the females however way he want to treat them.
Females don't like that. Children like that. It's literally like people
Children do like that.
people who don't know what they want might like that, and they might like the toxicity of it. But once you break out of that mindset of like your trauma and understanding why you are the way that you are, because a lot
Yeah,
of people are messed up because they haven't dealt with either a childhood trauma, mommy issues, daddy issues, both, or whatever
like
trauma they
daddy.
had when they were younger.
I feel like daddy issues is a big part of that though. Like
For
the ones
sure.
that are real short, like not 5'4", like 5'1" and shorter, that say they want dude that's like 6, whatever the fuck. That's got to be daddy issues. Because if you look at them standing side by side, but what does that look like to you?
Not true. Listen, your dad
Uh,
is for a woman. A dad is supposed to be an example of what a man's supposed to be, and then your mother is supposed to be the example of
how you should
how
treat
you're
a woman.
supposed to be. Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
no, how a woman, yeah, how a woman should be treated, but how like she reacts in those situations. So, if you don't see that, of course, that's going to do something to your psyche, and you're going to try to like figure it out on your own. But once again, you break out of that, once you understand that, and once you see that, and then you just like live your life in a healthy way, you understand what you want, what you need, and then like figure out your love languages too. Like, how do you love and how do
Physical
you
touch and presence. That's mine.
quality time?
Yeah, like physical touch, presence, quality time, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's mine. And it says that's why I say zodiac signs aren't fucking 100% legit because it says Aquariuses don't like that shit. They don't like cuddling or anything like that. Bro, I will tell you, I will cuddle and watch a whole motherfucking movie. I don't give a shit.
Oh well, you're technically a Cap Aquarius. That's what they call y'all.
Technically, get the fuck out of my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't do no zodiac sign that shit. But
I know
yeah,
that.
you know, I'm gonna say this right. Me being 5'6", my height hasn't really like played a factor in who I date and type of deal. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Because like,
not short though. You're like
okay, so
average.
they'll still tell me like, oh, but you're not 6 foot, whatever. But then I'll keep talking, and then they kind of forget about it, and they're like,
Mhm.
I like your vibe and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And in my head, I'm like, so the height really doesn't matter. That's a preference for them. You
Yeah,
know?
that's what they want. But for some people, it is. It's like, listen, you're trying to make babies, and you want your babies to be Olympic athletes, and
You want
that's.
NBA players?
I want to be a freaking basketball mom, a football mom, a sports mom. That's what I want to do for sure.
Oh man, oh man. I mean, hey, everyone got the preference and everything, and Shit, maybe he gonna get with a dude that's like 6'8", and he about to make it on his way.
Whoa, now I don't need
That's
a Griffin
NBA
giant.
status. That's NBA status.
I don't need a freaking giant. Yes, I like to be the small one, but at the
Hey,
same
hey,
time,
Lamelo Ball's 6'8". Lot of
is
people
he?
fuck that motherfucker.
He's taken though, so
He's 6'8", and you just called him a giant.
mm,
Oh, we gonna be
he's
friends.
not for me, so it doesn't matter.
I fucked with you. We gonna be friends for sure. That was a fun debate. I like that. That was fun.
It
That
wasn't
was fun.
even a debate; it was a conversation.
Right, right, right. A convo that we will continue on a later day.
Weak. What time is it over there?
Like motherfucking 6:27 p.m.
3 in the morning.
You gotta work the next day, huh?
I'm off tomorrow.
Oh, so you chilling? You big chilling then?
Only off day I have right now.
Damn. So you big chilling? Okay, you get off days. That's what's up. I feel like I
Mhm.
don't get no off days. I'm even working on motherfucking weekends. Not like regular jobs, but doing my promoting and shit like that. Doing all that.
Yeah,
That's a whole different ball game. That's different shit.
that's good though. That's what you want to do. So I feel like you need to invest time, funds, and
Oh
all that.
yeah, I love this. I love this. This allows me to meet people and network, and you know what I'm saying. It's cool. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's real cool. Like
that's
you're the first person that's in the military that I had on this podcast, so you know that's.
really well.
I had someone that was already out of the military, and she was kind of giving her. She was like Marines or some shit,
Must be
but
nice.
like yeah, we didn't really talk too much about the military stuff because she was like a fitness guru, so she was talking about fitness and shit.
Mhm.
That's cool, you know.
That's perfect though, because Marines literally like they gotta be.
They're different, man. They get the gym.
They're disciplined. They're disciplined.
They different, bro.
Like the Marines makes you really disciplined.
I believe it. I believe it. It's not for me at all. Never, never. I had
I
recruiters
think
class. I was like,
if you had to join a branch, I feel like the Air Force is the best branch to join,
Coast Guard.
or the Coast Guard. But if you want like a full active duty thing, like I would say,
Fucking, you know what I'm saying? The Border Patrol for the waters.
excuse me, but who runs those waters?
You said who runs those waters?
The Navy. Thank you.
Right, right. But the Coast Guard's keeping like the drugs, the drugas and shit out. So you gotta
We
think of
let
someone.
them. We let them on
You
our
let
watch.
them.
Just saying.
Okay, so then y'all let them chill, and then y'all take care of it. How about that?
We also have harbor people. We have people who do
What's what's that?
harbor patrol. So like cops of the water, basically,
So
depending on like
that is the Border Patrol for the waters.
not border patrol, but like
Like,
they just make sure that people aren't crossing like the jurisdictions, and like they do other stuff too. It just really depends on where you're at.
yeah, I don't know. I met some good cops. I met some bad cops. So I feel like it's a 50-50 with military as well. I don't really know.
Military cops different than like other cops, because with military cops you kind of have more protection in a way that cops in the street don't have.
I seen a
Like
funny TikToks on him. Like the dude's like an officer or some shit, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. You broke this law. And I was like, oh shit.
yeah. So like because we have the military laws, like I was saying, and the regular laws, like if, it doesn't matter what branch, like every military person like has to follow the military laws, and because of that, it's like
So you
no
got to
when you
follow double laws. Right?
yeah. So when you come to this installation, if I'm on shift, like no, you have to listen. It doesn't matter like what rank you are. It doesn't matter if you're an officer. The CO, so like the person who runs the base, like gives
Yeah,
us the authority to like protect the base,
I
right?
got, I got you.
So because we get that authority, you have to listen to us because we're just enforcing the laws. Like if there's a rule that says, no, you can't do this right here, you can't do this right here.
Even if it's like a whole like what do they call it, admiral in the Navy or some shit.
It doesn't matter
But
who you are. If the rule is you can't do this and you do this, like you,
what if he was like, suck my dick and drives off?
oh, that's fine. My watch commander will
He
be
said, "Oh
fine
word."
here. Right. I'm going to detain you. So I'm going to take your information and make sure you're actually detained. and my watch commander will be coming down, and you can have a good old conversation with them
That was
and
not
my
bullshit. That was the Boricua attitude coming out. Oh, that's a word.
no,
Okay, bet.
that's the MA attitude. That's how all the MAs gotta be.
That's funny as hell. I fuck with it. But shit, we went over the hour mark, but you know what? That was fun. I fuck with it. We're gonna talk about that damn hype bullshit later on. I'm still we gonna get back on that. But it was a good episode. Good shit. Learned a lot about how the Navy type works and shit.
Mhm.
Still not for me, but it's interesting to know.
That
um,
is so much for me.
so I do have a challenge at the end of the podcast.
Okay.
So how good are your acting skills? That's not
Oh,
like big major shit, but like acting out like emoji type face emojis and shit.
acting out emojis. Oh
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I've never done an emoji in person.
No? You down to try it, or you're like, eh?
What emoji?
There's like 5 face emojis. They're basic as fuck. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, so you're gonna pop them up and I have to do it?
Yeah, like a spot on
Okay,
Instagram. So like
good.
where it says the Gonzo's Convos logo.
Mhm.
All right, that's what's gonna pop up.
Oh God,
Very
let's
easy
see.
one. Very easy one. It ain't like the shit emoji or nothing.
That one was good.
I feel like that's you on a daily.
That is me.
That's those Liddy nights. You know what I'm saying? Too much Bacardi 151. I don't know if you've ever used this emoji. I feel like you haven't. Are you winking or are you?
Okay, okay. Don't come for me. I could do it better with my left eye.
I can only do my left eye.
I could
I
do
can't do my
both.
right. I'm like,
Oh,
does that mean I'm right eye dominant? I don't even know.
right side dominant.
Right side. And then this is probably like the easiest one out of all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Is it easy? What if you can't multitask?
Multitask. I think it's doing one motion.
No, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you got it. You're doing it.
Don't come for me.
I'm not coming for you. I think I give you an A plus. I think you did it.
I did it, so I passed.
Yeah, you passed it. I give you an A plus. What does that emoji mean? I've seen like people use that for different posts and shit, and I still don't really know exactly what they use it for or what the meaning of it is.
To me, I think this is like being bashful. Like you say some shit, like you're like, oh, I'm scared to say it, but then you send it and you're like, oh, waiting for the response, but like you're peeking because you want to know what they said. That's
So
what
you
it
use
is.
that with a lot is what I'm hearing.
I don't. That's just what I would assume that would
But
mean.
what's funny is they made a whole emoji like that, but I don't really think people do that in real life. Like in a,
Yeah. What do you mean?
they do. I what you do that in real life? Okay, what makes you do that in real life?
You've never said some shit and like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And you press it and you're like, ah.
No, like not setting it. I mean like doing the actual face in real life, like over something. That's what I mean.
Oh. No, when you're a kid and watching like scary movies, you're like, oh, but I want to know what happens.
No, you do that now when you're watching scary movies. Don't lie to me.
No, I like actually good scary movies, so I don't do that.
I don't like scary movies nowadays. They're too demonic.
But
I like
that's
the
what
old school slasher ones, like fucking Friday the 13th. You know what I'm saying?
Scream, all that stuff. Yeah, I like anything that's not
The new,
possession.
the newer screams fucking suck ass, but the
I
old
still
ones are
watch
good.
them for the story. I gotta know what happens.
Damn. So only scary movies people do that in real life, I guess.
Well, I like Jordan Peele's scary movies. Those are good.
Mm.
He's my
Yeah. So that emoji is like people only gonna do that in real life for if they're watching scary movies. That's it.
No, when you were a kid, like whenever like a spicy scene would come on and you were with your parent, like you never just did that. You're a
Because
liar.
if it came on, I still like my dad would be like, "Hey, check this out. Like, you might learn something." Yeah, my
My
dad
mom
would.
would be like, cover my eyes, but I would be like, what's going on?
Yo,
Let's go to
badass.
work.
Bro. Nah, but my dad would be like, "You might learn something." Like he was like goofy but vulgar like that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I guess
definitely.
that's Mexican shit. I don't know. I don't know.
It
My
is.
mom didn't fuck with it though.
Aw.
Yeah, but yeah, I just didn't understand the whole meaning of that. I didn't know what people used it for. I don't even use it myself. I don't even use half those motherfucking emojis. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you will. Now that you know.
No. That's you. I'll leave that to you.
Okay. The girls will do it.
I'm like, he's a guy 6 foot and taller, and then you're gonna do it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be good. It's like, oh my gosh, guys, guess what? He's 6 foot.
You trying to troll right now, bro.
No, I'm dead serious. Like that would actually be a perfect way to respond to that. I'm gonna start doing that. Thanks.
Oh my goodness! Like I said, we're gonna get back on that in the future, but thanks for coming on. It was a good episode. Really do appreciate you coming on because it was a good topic, good combos. I feel like I learned a lot, and hell yeah! What made you want to come on? Like out of
What did
curiosity.
I want to come on? Well, I used to do before the military. I used to do interviews and stuff like that. So I'm always one to support for the cause.
Absolutely, I fuck with that.
Hmm.
Fuck with that. You should get into podcasting too. I feel like because you good at talking.
Yeah, and I'm in the process of a lot of stuff. So it's just a matter of time. So I'm really just trying to build for when I get out. And that way, when I
Yeah,
get out, I can just do all my shit.
absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. And you got my shit, so let me know whenever you need help setting shit up. I got you. I'll tell you exactly what I use to set up and how I started.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be
Oh
dope.
yeah.
I use
But I appreciate
Audacity. So
oh yeah. But I appreciate you coming on. Go ahead, shout out your social medias to everybody.
my social medias are Evilise88 on Instagram, Snapchat, and then if I'm not mistaken, I think my TikTok is at Evilise_88 or Adri Evilise88. I don't know, it's something. But
It's
yeah,
you'll find it. It's fine.
yeah, you'll find it. It's fine.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, don't be doing no weird shit. All right, just be cordial. Be cordial. They haven't done no weird shit to any guests yet, but you never know. You never know.
Good. So you have normal fans. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Sometimes that request box be on some other shit, but yeah, we ain't gonna get in on that. But keep it cordial. Y'all keep it cordial. Show her some love and show her the support. Absolutely. And I
Yeah,
appreciate
support your troops.
put your troops. Absolutely. Thank you for your service. I know you hate getting this.
Yeah, I don't have a cover. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
Appreciate your service.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your tax dollars.
You're welcome. I don't even know. Hold on now. Wait a minute. No, I'm
Your
playing.
tax dollars go to the military. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll continue to pay taxes on time.
Yeah, please pay me. I need my paycheck.
Don't worry about it. I got you. But y'all tune in. Y'all watch this when it drops. Those that are in the Instagram channel, y'all already watching. I think there's a couple in here actually. So okay, yeah, there we go. But yeah, appreciate you coming on. It's gonna drop on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Appreciate you coming on.
No problem. Thank you for